right, Coach. Coming into today's game with the emotion from yesterday, did that carry over? Because today was the largest crowd this season.
I thought it was a great crowd, and it certainly energizes our guys. I've said it a lot here. This is as good an atmosphere as there is in the country. I've been around to all the best places, and certainly this is as good as any. And that's going to give you a great home ice advantage. And I thought we came out very energized in that first period. Unfortunately, we couldn't get past that 1-0 mark, and then they scored the late one.
Jerry Kuhn was talking about playing for 60 minutes. And do you feel they played 60 minutes tonight?
Well, there was ebbs and flows in the game. There was times where I think we could have been better. Certainly, but part of that's due to Ohio State. I mean, they're pretty good. I think they're a pretty good hockey team. They're as good a team as we've seen all year, in my opinion. So they certainly have something to say. When it comes to that, I thought our effort level was good. Times we were loose tonight. We can execute to a higher degree for sure. And that's part of learning to become a really, really good hockey team. You have to learn to finish the job here and get the sweep.
What do you think was the difference tonight? It was so close.
Well, part of it is we weren't able to get that 2-goal lead, and at 1-0, if we don't give that one up late in the first, with 1.4 seconds left, then when we score the second, now you're up 2-0, and then it's just a harder hill to climb for them, and so just being a 1-goal lead, we certainly had looks at it, and I'll tell you, last night they had stretches where they could have scored as well, and Jerry kept them out, and overall I thought Jerry had a really good weekend, and we just, like I said, couldn't get to that 2-0 lead or 2-goal lead, I should say, and unfortunately they tied it there late.
We've talked about trying to turn the corner and get to that next level. Is this sort of a symptom of trying to keep that intensity up with all the success recently? Well,
I think our intensity's been good, I'll be honest. This is a hard league for sure, and becoming a really good hockey team is a hard thing. And it's the steps to becoming good is easier than the steps to becoming really good. But it's not a lack of effort. It's not a lack of intensity. Execution can always get better, and that's what we're going to have to learn. And just it really comes down to a little play here and a little play there. It's not any bigger than that, and we need to make sure we pay attention to detail in every single play, because every single play can have an impact on the outcome.
When you and the team are seeing this arena getting fuller and fuller every weekend, how does that sort of feed into this, feed into the success? I mean, is that a real part of the success of the team?
There's no question. And when we've talked about the buzz that's been around town and the buzz that's on campus, and our student section is as good as any in the country. As I just said, this arena absolutely rocks when it's full. Our guys are excited to play when they have that kind of atmosphere. And we have felt the momentum building through the season here. Hopefully we don't have a whole lot of home games left, so hopefully we can keep this type of momentum as we finish out the home stretch.
Having said that, is tonight's game maybe less of a setback perhaps than it would be if you guys weren't doing so well?
Every point's critical. Ultimately, we got 4 of 6 points in the weekend, and nationally, in terms of the national stuff, it goes down as a tie. In our league, we lost a point basically in the shootout, and so hey, that could be a critical point at the end of the year. When you get to shootouts, though, the percentages are that you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. So if we want to make sure that we finish as high as we can, we got to finish the job in regulation.
Just overall in this series, Max just talked about this kind of feeling like a playoff atmosphere. With a lot at stake, for both of these teams in a key series. Just your overall thoughts, on this series.
Well, the good thing for us is we've been in close games all year, and I think our guys have learned from being in those close games how critical every play is, and that you just can't afford mental mistakes, you can't afford bad turnovers at bad times. I think this only heightens that, and that's only going to continue to heighten as we move towards the rest of our games. And I never try to make a bigger deal out of one game than the other, because honestly, every single game is huge, and they certainly will be next weekend as well.
One more question, Coach, for you. The question on a lot of people's mind leaving the arena is what happened at the end.
That's just emotions boiling over. It's an intense game. Guys want to win. I'm sure there was a little bit of jawing back and forth. With the shootout, we scored the first goal. The way that teams celebrate, you end up going right past other teams' benches and things like that. So I'm sure there was some things said back and forth, and that's just again the emotion of it. I think cooler heads prevailed. Nothing happened, and that's going to happen in sports with as much as it matters to each kid that's playing.
Does it bother you that your players were ready to mix it up a little bit there at the end?
No, I mean, that's again, I'm glad that they made sound decisions when it was all said and done, maybe helped by both coaching staffs. But again, these are these are young athletes. That happens in pro. I mean, everybody that watched the football game today, Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, there was a lot of mix-up and skirmishes. There's just a lot on the line, and that's what makes sports great. Is there's so much emotion, there's so much at stake. That sometimes that's going to happen, but really at the end of it, nothing really didn't result in anything.